So you just saw how we cracked open the coconut, took the coconut meat out, put it through the Omega 8006 Nutrition Center, and got coconut shreds out. We then put that in the dehydrator on the PrimaFlex non-stick sheets. You let the dehydrator run at 118 degrees until the coconut shreds are done, which, depending on the time and the temperature and your humidity in your area, could be from 12 to 24 hours. You're going to then take them out, and this is what you're going to have. You're going to have real coconut shreds. So the coconut shreds that you buy in the store have basically been defatted, because when you move these, you'll actually see some oil on the tray, on the PrimaFlex sheet. And so what you're going to do is very carefully then bend up the sheet not to lose any of the coconut flakes, and then put it into a big pitcher or jar. So that's one tray's worth. Here we'll get out another tray's worth. And so now you have real coconut flakes, full fat coconut flakes. The coconut flakes you buy in the store have actually been defatted. It's the press cake, or the remnants of when they press out the coconut oil. And that's why those flakes will never go rancid. And we want to eat things that have a shelf life, that will go bad, because those are the things that are the best for us. And so this coconut here that you just made, or that I just made, this will go bad and turn rancid. It'll start to smell and go bad, probably within 3 and at the most 6 months. So you have to use it really quickly. Okay, so now I'm going to pour off these last coconut shreds. And so there's 3 things you could do with these coconut shreds once you have them. You could actually use the coconut shreds whole, so you have, whole coconut shreds with the oil content. They taste very rich and they're very good, much better than the ones that you'd buy in the bulk bins or in any package. The next thing you could do is actually make coconut butter. So you could put it through the Omega 8006 Nutrition Center with the blank plate, and that'll literally make a coconut butter. You've all seen the brand Artisanal coconut butter. That's basically what they do. They take a full fat coconut shreds, and they basically homogenize it with like the blank. You will have your own coconut butter, and it's much less expensive. As you can see, all the coconuts in here, these coconuts, I think there's approximately maybe 3 coconuts of shreds in here, and those 3 coconuts cost me less than $5. So I had all the coconut water, and the coconuts actually were ranging in price from 99 cents to $1.29 each. And then plus, if you want to make, you could also make your own coconut oil, your truly raw coconut oil. There has been a brand lately, Nutiva came out, and they had labeled their coconut oil raw for many years, and finally they found out that their coconut oil was not truly raw, and they came up with a press release telling people that it was not really raw. And so I admire them for that. But there is no raw food labeling law, so we have to remember that. So we want to make things ourselves in our own kitchen, and the Omega 8006 juicer allows you to do just that. So now we're going to make coconut butter in the Omega 8006 Nutrition Center. You've all seen in the stores they have the Artisanal coconut butter. Well, how do they make that? They take whole coconut with the fat and the fiber. So, this is the coconut that you just saw us make with the 8006 Nutrition Center. Now we're actually going to run it back through the machine. So we've set up the machine inside with what's called the blank plate, and we're basically just going to grind up this into a really fine butter, literally. So we're going to turn the machine on, and you want to feed in a little bit at a time. You do not want to feed in too much at a time. And you'll see out will come basically a pressed, or very basically a coconut butter. And if you feed it through the machine twice, so once we feed all this in once, we'll then feed it through again a second time, and it'll basically stick together a lot better. We're basically just breaking down those the fibers and getting that oil, the high oil content, to come out. Now I do want to point out this will not work if you just go to try to buy the coconut shreds in the store, because they're basically defatted and they'll never go bad. And once again, you want anything you make like this that's fresh, you want to use definitely within 3 months. And I wish you were here, to smell this. It smells oh so good. You can see the Omega 8006 Nutrition Center is processing the coconut down into coconut butter. Now coconuts are very high in lauric acid, which is a medium chain fatty acid. There's definitely books on, you know, just eating coconut oil. And what I'd rather do instead of eating coconut oil is, you know what? Eat the whole coconut. The whole coconut has it's a whole food, it has the oil and the fiber and all the other properties that are in the coconut. When you're eating oil, you're eating literally extracted fat. And it's always best to, you know, make your own at home. So there you see it. We put all the coconut shreds through the machine once, and now we're going to basically put them again a second time. This will basically get it to further process. And we can take a look at the consistency as it breaks down further. It's just, look at that. As it's coming out now, it's actually more buttery. This first pressing, it's kind of like more like a sand, but now it's coming out more like butter. So hopefully you can see that on the video there. You can see it's almost coming out, you know, instead of like, look at it coming in here, you can kind of see the difference. It's kind of like a wet sand, and on the way out, it's like now it's all stuck together. And so that's where the butter part comes out. The machine really does the work and literally makes it into a nice butter for you. And you're going to save so much money by making your own coconut butter. Number one, it's going to taste better. I mean, the coconut butter that you make like this, oh my God, it tastes so amazing compared to the artisanal stuff. And number two, it's less expensive. At my local Whole Foods, I actually buy the brown coconuts for 99 cents each. Or other places are sometimes $1.29 to $1.50 each. And you know, one coconut will make a significant amount of coconut butter. I would definitely recommend, you know, processing it at least in, you know, batches of 3 coconuts. Because I mean, this does take a little bit of time to process. So look at that. It went in as a solid, and it's coming out like a butter. Now we could even take this one more time and put it through, and let's see how it comes out. I mean, this stuff, wow, man, this is good. This stuff's so rich. All made possible. Look at that. It's coming out as a solid piece now. It's really stuck together. This is better than any kind of nut butter that you would buy in the store. I mean, this is 100% coconut. You made it home. Look at that. Wow, that's so creamy. This is truly 100% raw coconut butter. When you make it yourself, then you really know it's raw. Once again, we'll let the machine do the work. And once again, we started out with whole coconuts that you saw in the video. And now we have our own freshly made coconut butter in the Omega Vert juicer. I encourage everybody to make, you know, their own foods. You know, instead of buying things in cans, bottles, and jars, you know, find out how you can make them yourself at home. And tools like the Omega 8006 Nutrition Center let you do just that. So we're pushing the last bit of coconut butter out. We process it through 3 times now, and check this out. And now I'm actually gonna eat some. This is so good. I gotta just eat some. This is making me really hungry. Man, that's the best coconut butter I've ever tasted. It's so rich, and if you don't like it gritty, guess what? Run it back through again. Omega 8006 will break it down even more. Man, I could live on that stuff. Coconuts are my favorite food. So this is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com, and you saw how to make basically your own coconut shreds, coconut oil, and coconut butter in the Omega 8006 Nutrition Center. Now I know I'm going to get the question, hey John, does other juicers do that? Well, the Omega Vert, not intended to do this, and I would not recommend doing that. Would it say a twin gear juicer do this? It might, but the way it's designed, I don't know, I wouldn't. This is the best juicer to do this exact task in, or other single auger juicers. You could try it, and I can't, you know, guarantee it's going to work or not. I prefer the Omega 8006, 8004, 8005, or 8003 juicer to do this. It'll work the best for you. So this is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors.